Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. This is Eric the Cosmic Wizard, and this is going to be a Aries tarot reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So Aries, I was just cleaning up a little bit before I came on here, and I started thinking about a situation where I feel like we need to have a conversation about the power of silence. Sometimes not saying something sends a more powerful message than actually trying to convey your point, argue with somebody, get your point across, protect your peace. Sometimes going no contact, low contact, or just completely going silent on somebody sends a bigger message of you will not knock me down, you will not take my peace from me, nor will I participate in this interaction with you. So sometimes we just need to go silent on people and let them figure it out. We don't need to explain how we feel. We don't need to justify. We don't need to let them know that they've hurt us. They know what they did. Your silence says it all. And their silence, in response to your silence, is their cowardice and their inability to take accountability for their actions. So if someone's did you wrong, or if someone has betrayed you, misled you, undermined you, been disrespectful toward you, go silent. And not in a manipulative, scare tactic way. When I mean go silent, I mean disconnect from the connection. Disconnect from this person. Disconnect them from your energy. Because even having a communication just to be like, hey, like, you need to do, that's still keeping the connection strong. That's still giving them access to your energy. That's still them being tethered to you. Sometimes you just need to just fucking go silent on the bitch and just let them sit there and fucking stew in their own, like, fuckery. Because honestly, they know why. They know why you're not talking to them, and you know why they're not coming towards you. So what do we need to keep talking about it for? Go silent and move around. So if somebody is in your life and they are showing up inconsistently, their behavior is not matching up with your expectations, you don't need to call them out on it. You don't need to try to force them to do anything. Just move around in silence. Don't force nobody, especially no woman or a significant other or somebody who you are pursuing to try to be a part of your life. If they're not meant for you, what is meant for you is looking for you, and what is for you will find you. And those who do not meet your expectations, no matter how much you like them, no matter how cute they are, no matter how nice and clean and well dressed they look, and how schmexy and how good it is, if it's not for you, it's not for you. There's something better. If it's off, if it feels off, if you think it's off, if it looks off, if it's a red flag, if you got rose-tinted glasses, if you're in limerence, it's not for you. If this is somebody who you just cannot feel like you can be without, this is not the person for you. Okay? So let's get into the reading. So let's figure out what it is that Aries needs to know today. Today is Saturday, September 6th. Whew. All right, guys. So, and that was just a little, PSA announcement. Okay. So we have the Four of Pentacles and we have the Ten of Pentacles here. So it seems like someone is holding on to this financial abundance, this legacy here, this family, this very successful dream, this successful outlook when it comes to family and wealth. You could be dealing. Ooh, we got the Empress here too. Okay, so you all about building yourself up is what I'm seeing here. You all about, exactly. You're all about protecting your brand, protecting your peace, protecting your legacy. And when I mean legacy, it could literally just be, you know what? I love my place. I love my house. I love my cats. I love my dogs. I love my children. And I'm going to protect my peace at all costs. I'm not going to let somebody come in and disrupt my peace. I'm not going to ever allow somebody here. And these two people kind of look the same, right? So right now, you're all about being protective. You're all about, you may be getting into investments, some of you, or you may be thinking about investments or what to invest in. I don't know anything about cryptos, so I don't know shit about that. But I feel like if you are interested in investments, now may be a good time to start looking into it for some reason. I don't know. I don't know why I just felt compelled to say that. But I see you with the Empress here is like you're someone who is very nurturing, very grounded, very attractive. You're also someone who knows how to be gentle with yourself, or you're learning to be gentler with yourself and with other people. And so sometimes the Empress, I think this is a perfect card for somebody who doesn't needs to go above and beyond to get their point across. You know, the Empress is all about feminine energy, and feminine energy is about attracting. It's about things coming to her. It's about her being in her power, being confident, being strong, and knowing that like what is meant for her will seek her. And I think that's the energy that you're in right now. Well, that's the energy that you are exuding right now. Is this very feminine, this very empowered, yet not searching, not looking for. You're how do I put it? You have a really rich inner world right now. Like you're watching your shows, you're eating good, you're going to the gym, you're taking care of yourself. Like you're just really embodying somebody who has a lot of self-love and someone who knows how to really give themselves what they need, and they know that whatever is out there for them will inevitably find them. Yeah. Followed by this Four of Swords here. So there is still an uneasiness when it comes to rest. You could be here in the future. So maybe right now you're in the pampering stage because you know it's about to be busy season. You know you're about to be running back to back to back, living off coffee and Adderall, or like, drive through McMuffins or something here. It's coming up. This could be your busy season for your business or for your job or whatever. You could be you're about to go through some type of expansion, I feel like, for sure. So yep, Queen of Pentacles here. You're about to go through some type of abundant expansion. The Queen of Pentacles is the most abundant queen in the deck. She has a lot of resources. She's also very well connected to her community and the people around her. She's someone who is very charitable. She's someone who is very loving. Like the Empress here, she knows how to do with what she has. She knows how to make the resources around her work for her. This is someone who is not in a state of lack. This is someone here who is very fruitful, very helpful, very kind, very patient, very loving, very nurturing, very motherly. Someone here who knows how to be gentle and also firm at the same time. This isn't someone who's overly emotional, but this is someone who is very emotionally intelligent. So this is you in the future. This is who you become. This is what you're working towards. So the more you lean into resting and actually protecting your energy here, so once you overcome that, you'll be able to find this harmony in this Queen of Pentacles energy here. So yeah, so it's almost like you're being initiated into like this. It's almost like, your birthright is peace. Okay, so your birthright is peace, and you're working on figuring that out, what that looks like, how to maintain that, how to grow to that level, how to get to a place where, maybe right now I'm working 2 or 3 different gigs. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But here in the future, you're going to be able to be like, I can put all my shit on auto pay and just sit back, pick my feet up, and come out when I need to, do a little yang 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 yang, do a little yang 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 ooh right here, or you're just in a state of flow where you're just vibing and like everything's in harmony. You know that you gotta be up at 5 a.m. You get to the gym by 6:30. You're in the office by 8 o'clock. You're at home by 5 o'clock. Dinner by 7 o'clock. And you just get this flow. You get this rhythm. You have this routine. And it's just, it's just working for you. And like, it's going to pay off. Like, everything you're doing right now is going to pay off. Okay, so we have this Knight of Pentacles here, too, from your past. This could be a gentleman or a female who has an offer or a proposition here. Someone did. This could have been a new job. This could have been a new lover. This could have been a something that was very stable. It wasn't something that was like a get-rich-quick scheme. It wasn't some fly-by in the middle of the night type of bullshit. This was something very structured. We have the Ten of Cups and the Devil here, but it was in reverse. And the bottom of the deck here. So there could be... You could be obsessing about the safety of your family, or you could be someone who works very hard to provide for your family. And I feel like you have your family's fine already, but it's like, I want my kids to have better than what I had. So I work extra hard. I don't need to work 2 jobs, but you know what? Tyler wants to go to college next year, and we need to help him out. So I'm going to get a second job, and that way my son or daughter, whomever, they won't have to take out student loans like I did, and I could provide for them. You know what I mean? Like, you're doing things that maybe your parents couldn't do for you. So I want to applaud people who are stepping up to the plate and being those perfect, in my opinion, perfect parents, because not everybody got parents who can, pay for their kids' college and give them the gift of, debt-free education. And I commend people who are able to do that for their kids, And it's not that even like, sometimes you don't know what you don't know. And don't beat yourself up if you can't provide for your kids in that way, or you don't. Some people don't believe in doing that. Some people aren't interested in paying for their kids' college. And, that's their business and that's whatever. And I think that's completely fine. That's the responsibility for them. But if you can, I would want to help my kids as much as I possibly could. Just to know that, because I know what it's like to struggle. And I'm not saying that I want to make my kids spoiled and, not have them work or anything. You're totally going to work during school. But I don't want you to have to be focused on your work. I want you to have a little, ice cream parlor after school job, a little, a little something on the weekend. But I want you to be focused on your education, because if I could have just did that, man. But then again, I'm thinking, maybe if my parents were paying for everything, maybe I wouldn't be so determined. Maybe I wouldn't be so hardworking, but I also probably wouldn't be so goddamn stressed out and an alcoholic. Recovering. Let me be positive. So, yeah. Queen of Swords here in reverse. So, yeah, I feel like Queen of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles here. So you could be... There could have been a suitor here. If you're like a single mom or you're somebody who has kids, you could have rejected somebody who was coming towards you because you wanted to protect your family or something. Or somebody may have been asking you to put, this could be a situation where there is a man who was trying to court a woman with kids, and in the process he may have been like, how come I don't ever get to see you? How come I can't spend time with you? What are you always doing? How come you're always busy? And it's like, I have kids and I work and I don't have time to sit up and text you all fucking day. I have obligations that, are more important than you. And this could have been a masculine who got offended by that This is somebody who's been trying to pursue you perhaps, but I feel like they're ignorant and like understanding like what your priorities are. For some of you, you could be dealing with that, or you could have dealt with men who were sometimes asking you to prioritize them over your children. I don't know what that's all about. See, and them kind of motherfuckers you gotta leave silently, because that's crazy for you to come into my life and demand my attention over my children and my family and the things. It doesn't even have to be your family or your kids. It can literally just be your life. This is somebody who wants to come in and almost take control. Well, this person, somebody wanted to come into your life and kind of like, I feel like run your life. Yeah, this person saw you as somebody that they could like take control over, or maybe like you were a wish, like they had wishes. How do I put this? Like this person saw you as someone who was a part of their dreams, and they didn't really take into account that you are your own person with your own life already living in it. So they kind of basically wanted to like uplift you from your life and then plant you into theirs. Very arrogant, very fucking arrogant energy. But this person is like, that's what they used to. This could be somebody who has, this could be a wealthy man or somebody who makes really good money. So they're used to women kind of like just doing what they ask, because they think that all women are interested in men with money. Therefore, I have money. Therefore, you're interested in me. Therefore, you're going to do what I want. Type of energy. Yeah. And so you may have been, I'll talk to this dude. I'll see what he's talking about. But like at the end of the day, you're not going to bend for somebody else. Like this person either needs to accept the fact that you're your own woman or man, whoever, and you have your own things, and like you're either going to come in and you're going to build and co-create, but I'm never going to just be uplifted into someone else's fucking reality. Like that's just not how that shit goes. Like I'm my own person. Like we're not doing that. I don't need no captain save a hoe over here. You know what I mean? I'm good on my own. Now, either you want to help me build something bigger and better together, but I'm not, a damsel in distress. Like this person wants to peg you as a damsel in distress or something. Or if this is a man, this is a woman who wants to, I don't even see it that way. I see this as definitely a masculine energy that wants to come into a feminine energy and like take control, but not like in a overly aggressive way, just more like in an outdated way of thinking kind of way. Like this could be an older man, but he's like not older like in his mindset, but like not physically old. So this could be someone who's in their 20s or 30s, but they may have very old beliefs, like, I want a housewife, I want someone to just kind of take care of the kids, and I don't care how much money you making, like I'll be able to survive, and if we need to cut back, you like, what the cut back? Housewife? Who are you talking to? You know what I mean? And they just feel like, oh yeah, like, oh my God, like I'm like, any woman would be like happy to have a man be like, I'm gonna take care of you. And yeah, there's a lot of pick-me's that would be very happy with that, because they don't have any aspirations or goals for themselves. But that's not my collective. That's not who we are. So yeah, you can go find you a pick-me who would totally love to be just pampered and cheated on probably and disrespected. Because at the end of the day, this is somebody who does not respect women for their individual autonomy or their independence or their intrinsic value. They only respect women in relations to like them being of service to them. It's kind of like narcissistic love. Like the narcissist loves you as long as you love them, as long as you're praising them, as long as you're making their supply, as long as you are feeding their supply, as long as you are, giving them your energy, as long as you are paying attention to them, they all cool with you. But the minute you start to do your own thing, the minute you focus in on your business, the minute you focus on what's good for you, all of a sudden, they want to switch up on you, and they feel like you're against them, and like You know, this is the kind of person who sees you achieving anything as a way of like, yeah, this King of Pentacles in reverse. This person is adamant. This person will not take no for an answer. This is someone who is hell-bent. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is somebody who does not respect your boundaries. The Temperance here in reverse. And the 6. Yeah, this person has a very outdated way of looking at things. And the universe is asking them to, like, you know, heal that, change your views, alchemize it, reshape it. Yes, you know, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be a provider. There's nothing wrong with wanting to, have a, be someone's safety net, be a source of, strength and presence for somebody here. Okay, the 8 of Cups in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse. So this is definitely somebody who sneaks around with other people that they may have been involved with. This is somebody who messes around with ex-girlfriends, somebody who entertains, people from their past, and they may even do this in the open. They may even be like, this is someone who could publicly be like, hey, I want an open relationship. I'm involved with some other people, and they want you to get on board with it as well. So yeah, this is someone who is very arrogant. This is a very arrogant masculine energy here. This is somebody who just literally but you're over here and you're feminine, just doing your own shit. You're not even really, and they're so bothered because you aren't impressed by whatever it is they're trying to offer you. Like I said, you have your own money, you have your own things going on. So them coming in here is just only creating more burden and stress and more mental confusion and chaos for themselves. Them trying to almost buy your attention or something just so they can get a return on investment. This person has a very transactional way of looking at love. To them, love is a very transactional thing. It's, I get something, you get something. I give something, you give something. You know what I mean? It's not out of the kindness and unconditional love that I have for you simply existing as you, that I do these things. It's I want to do these things because I want something from you, and I am okay with that, and you'll get certain things from me because I know that you need certain things. It's almost like they want to come in and make a prenup for just dating or some shit. Yeah, I see you moving away from this. This person moves away from you. This is someone who you inevitably, yeah, there's a King of Cups energy here. What this person doesn't understand is they need to be more like this. And you walking away from them is going to teach them that there's more than just being financially stable. You know what I mean? Sometimes men will use things like, my kids love me, I buy them everything they ever want. Every time my kid call me, I'll give him his new shoes. I'm like, that's not love. Love isn't buying your kids everything that they fucking ask for. Love isn't taking your kids to Toys R Us and letting them go fucking crazy. That's lazy parenting, in my opinion. Love is being there when it's rough. Love is being there when, you come home from school and you had a bad day because, your teacher was being mean to you or whatever. I don't fucking know. But love isn't just buying your kids toys and letting them sit up on your iPhone all day because you don't feel like talking to them. That's not love. Most kids rather have their parents, spend time with them and take them to the park and draw and go to events and things like that than just, oh, here's a little Malibu Stacy, town car. Here you go. Fuck out my face. Oh, here's another Nerf gun. Bye. Go fuck off somewhere. Yeah, my kids love me. I'll buy them everything they ask for. So if you start doing that, then yeah, your kids are going to be constantly asking you for shit. So don't be surprised when you grow up and your kids only call you when they want some money, because that's the narrative that you facilitated with your lazy parenting. Just saying. You know, and yeah, buying your kids everything they ask for is not a flex. Spending time with your kids, reading books to your kids, having kids who are well rounded and educated, that's a flex. You could buy your kids every toy in the world, but do you show up to their soccer games? Or are you going so hard at the parent-teacher conferences? Or are you just buying them shit because you feel guilty because you can't be there? Now, granted, a lot of parents do have to work a lot because America sucks sometimes. And, you know, kids are expensive, I heard. But, yeah, this is somebody who is very, like, arrogant. They're very elegant. But I think you're gonna walk away from this connection here. This could be an earth sign. I'm getting strong earth side energy with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. The Lovers in reverse. Yeah, I feel like this person is definitely here to learn a lesson from you. And that is that love doesn't need to be bought. It needs to be contained from the masculine. The masculine needs to nurture the feminine so she feels secure to open up to be loved. You don't need to buy love. Love isn't something that you buy. It's something that you contain. It's something that you protect. It's something that you nurture, you foster together with someone. You don't come into somebody's life and, you know, oh, well, I'm gonna move you in my house, so that means you love me, right? No. Like, this is somebody who doesn't understand how love really is. And I think you holding these firm boundaries and not being impressed by material things is going to help put them in their place so they can understand that, like, the way that they come. Because this isn't a bad person. They're just arrogant. Yeah, because they want this. They want to have this happy life. They want to be, you know, a family guy. They want to have some type of, you know, domestic, blissful life. But what they do and how they go about it is all fucked up. Yeah, and see, they're going to be reflecting on that, too. With this Seven of Pentacles, this is them like, damn, like, why is it that, like, I find myself attracting some type of woman that I don't really like, right? Because let's just have a conversation about this, because I've noticed this, too. You ever notice how a lot of these BBL baddies and all these really attractive, aesthetically pleasing Instagram model type women tend to always have, like, baby daddy issues, like men cheating on them, and they are always kind of like, you know, hopping from one person to the other, and, you know, they kind of promote this, you know, hot girl summer lifestyle of, you know, using men for money, basically, exchanging their looks for men's money and approval and validation, right? So, you know, and a lot of men, a lot of really immature men, and these women are very immature themselves, right? Because if you place all of your importance on your aesthetic, that says a lot about your lack of, like, personal development, in my opinion. Because looks fade. Like, you know, some days I feel like, oh, damn, I look nice. And then some days I'm like, ooh, shit. God damn, you looking rough, boy. You know what I mean? That's just day to day. If I had to constantly be like, all day, I would just be like, oh my God, get over yourself. You know what I mean? And so when you lack any type of emotional, intellectual, or spiritual maturity, people will tend to find themselves repeating these patterns and these behaviors of getting in relationships or finding partners who are also just as equally immature. And instead of learning from these people, they kind of just repeat the same things because they're playing this narrative of, you know, I'm a bad bitch, I'm pretty, and I need to be pampered. And so there's men who make lots of money who will do all of that, and they don't like you. They don't care about you. They don't respect you. They know exactly what you want. They know that they need to pay for your nails and pay for your hair to get some out of you. And you're over here thinking like, you know, this person may love you or not. I'm not saying you. I'm just talking about that type of archetype of woman who wants to call himself the soft girl era or the soft feminine, whatever, which is fine, whatever. Do what you want. But like, to me, that doesn't seem like true love. True love isn't about using people to get material goods in exchange for some sex and some, you know, surface level affection here and there. So, but some people, you know, hey, if it works for you, it works for you, shit. But just be careful. Know what you really want. And I think you do. I think you really want something a little more even built, something more earned. Like when we think about back in the day, like to our grandparents, like grandma wasn't like taking selfies every day and like no, like, you know, and yes, it was a little more patriarchal because, you know, typically speaking, it was like, you know, the men went to work, women stayed at home. And like that, not just because it was, women couldn't have bank accounts. Women weren't even like, so like, if you're not allowed to have a bank account, you're not allowed to like actually have certain types of jobs. What are you supposed to do? So I can't blame women for wanting or maintaining that, you know, lifestyle, especially older people, because that's what they fucking grew up in. Their mama was a stay-at-home wife. That's all they knew. Shit. Or unless she was a secretary or some shit, and that was more indicative of like like, you know, if a woman was working back in the day, there was a sign of like, oh shit, what's wrong? Their finances bad. What's wrong? Cletus, ooh, shit, you know? Or, you know, if you was black, your mama was probably a maid or a cook, or she was raising some white people's kids. If she was in the South. Anyway, but I'm not to get too hard on people who, you know, still kind of have like that mindset of like, you know, I guess I'm a baddie, I'm pretty, you should pay for me because I'm pretty. And the dudes who are like, you know, well, yeah, but I mean, let's go back, let's play the tape. How many of y'all papas had outside marital kids? How many of y'all papas had another family somewhere that you ain't find out to his funeral? How many of y'all got a surprise uncle you ain't never met until somebody died? So, yeah. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. A lot of these, and sometimes some of these women was putting babies on men because they knew they was a better provider than the man that they was with. So, hey, life be lifing, y'all. And it was lifing back then too. They just didn't have Karamo and Maury and Jerry Springer back then to air all that shit out. They just went to church and gossiped on people. Now we just go on Facebook. And then we go to church and gossip afterwards. Anyway, y'all, I think that's all I got for today. I have a gig tonight down in, where the fuck is that at? Herman, Missouri. So I'll be down there doing some readings. If you're local in St. Louis or Missouri, come down and see me. Get a reading. I'm still waking up, y'all. I'm sorry. My energy may seem a little bit low today, but you know, I just couldn't wait to wake up and do a reading for Aries. You know I love y'all hoes. I shouldn't call y'all hoes, my bad. I love y'all. We are family. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Love you guys. Bye.